guys along with me on this drive into the desert, just in a mountain time zone. This is West Texas. Currently about a little over an hour from El Paso. As you can see, there's mountains off the distance. This is kind of where the country starts to transition into desert. It's already we've already lost most of the grass. Not all of it, but most of it. It's nice and sandy and rocky. It's usually a lot hotter than this out here. Right now it's 52 degrees. It's just windy as all hell. It's jacket weather for sure. See the mountains off in the distance over there? We'll be driving to those soon. I don't even know if the audio from this is going to be any good because it's so freaking loud in here because of the wind. So, yeah, it is what it is. I've been driving through what I call the void. There's a spot on the interstate between San Antonio and El Paso. 560 miles or so, and there's just nothing. No small towns, a couple of truck stops and rest areas, but I mean, that's it. And for the most part, I mean, what you see right now is what I've been looking at for like 500 miles. It's just nothing, which is cool and all. These are definitely the days I prefer driving. It's easy, you know, there's no traffic to fight with. It's nice and open. It's pretty straight. The only problem is the wind. When the land gets flat like this, there's nothing to block the wind, so the crosswinds are just nuts. They're blowing me all over the place today. It'd be a lot worse if I didn't have any weight in the trailer. I've got like 30,000 pounds in there right now. It's the only thing keeping me stable. Actually, probably the perfect amount of weight for a drive like this. It's keeping me somewhat stabilized from the wind, and it's not so much that it drags me down going up hills and stuff. I don't have to go like 35 miles an hour uphill or whatever. Only lose a little bit of speed. You know, a lot of people don't realize that trucks get blown around so much by the wind. Because, I mean, the trailer's not exactly aerodynamic. It's just this big flat, that's it. It's just a big flat thing trailing right behind us. The wind blows up against it, blows the trailer around, and that pulls the truck around. It is what it is. My dog keeps farting. Just like her dog food, but rotten. It's like, you know those automatic air fresheners that that let out a little sneeze once every 30 minutes or so? That's like my dog right now, but a lot less pleasant. I don't know if there's something wrong with her or what. big storm up apparently sweeping across the U.S. right now. Within the next couple of days, maybe, or maybe it's right now. I'm not sure. Just been seeing videos from Ryan Hall coming out talking about this big storm sweeping through on the heels of that big winter storm. You know, it's hitting pretty much all the areas that I'm avoiding. It's going across the Midwest and headed east, and I am coming from the south and headed west. So, to avoid all that. Well, it's been nice being out of the winter temperatures for a while. It was 79 degrees yesterday. I forget where. Maybe that was when I was still in Louisiana, or maybe that was east of San Antonio. I don't really remember. It was nice for like a day. Right back into 50-degree weather. I guess if I were still in Pennsylvania, it'd be 30-degree weather though, so I can't complain too much. Broke out the gym shorts today, only to regret that immediately when I climbed out of the truck and got blasted by the wind. After I picked up this load, I am 1,100 miles, I think, between there and my fuel stop in Arizona. And currently 479 miles from there. Fuel stop, so a little bit of progress. Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of y'all don't know because you haven't been out this way, but when you get big stretches of interstate like this with nothing on it, it's 80 miles an hour here, it's not 70. Not that that matters a whole lot in a truck, I can only go 68. Do another video once I get actually into the desert. It's nothing but sand and rocks. A little bit of vegetation here and there. Little desert bushes and whatnot. I've always enjoyed coming out this direction. I mean, look at that. Look at that road. Just nice, straight, mostly flat road between here and there. I don't even know if you can see it on camera. I'm gonna mess with it while I'm driving, though. It is what it is. Consider angling the camera down a little bit, but I figure y'all don't want to stare at my hood the whole time. This is probably about as good as it gets. Without me having to mess with it and tweak it a lot or something. Nothing like a big old stretch of road and a can of Monster. West Coast at the moment. Not exactly headed towards home, so easily add in another week or two before I'll actually be back. Which is not what I usually do, but apparently, you know, I was letting a certain somebody borrow my pickup while I was gone, and apparently it's broken down now, which is great. So I got to get it to the shop. Have them take it to the shop. I don't know how long it's going to take to get it fixed, so it'd be nice if that was just done and ready for me by the time I get home. Otherwise I'll go home and be stuck at the house. well, of course, it's on the border of Mexico, but it's also on the border of New Mexico. So we're at mile marker 80 right now, which means probably, I don't know, 70 miles from hitting El Paso, I guess, ish. Open road is kind of a double-edged sword when you get out here, and it's nothing but a road like this for hundreds and hundreds of miles. It makes for the easiest driving. These are definitely the best days of this job. It's just shooting way out west, nothing but a wide open road and not much traffic. There are places with a lot less traffic than this. And there are places where you might see another car on either side, like once every 20 miles or less. It can get really boring, which is fine. You know, I much prefer that over driving on the East Coast, where you have to wade through traffic and knife battle with cars all day to get down the interstate. And it's way more intense. It's less boring, but it's a lot more frustrating. So it wears me out a lot faster than just days like this. Man, the parking situation is nuts, too, over on the East Coast. If you're not stopped by sundown, you're going to have trouble finding a parking spot. There's just so many trucks on the road now. There's only less and less places allowing us to even park. More and more places are putting up no parking signs. More states are making it illegal to park on the ramps like on the shoulders of a ramp off the interstate. And I get it. It's not safe. Trust me, I don't want to park there either. It's the only choice that I have to do. What's weird is I've seen rest areas within the past year or two have signs up that say no parking, no overnight parking. I mean, that's just weird. I mean, we're required to stop for 10 hours a day. We have to. I find it weird that it's a government rule that we have to do that. There's the government-run areas now telling us that we can't park overnight. Not that this is everywhere, it's just in some places. Let's get over. Yeah, but out here it's totally different. There's a little bit of traffic, but there's not a ton. There's still regular rest areas and truck stops scattered around, so it doesn't matter what time you stop, there's typically plenty of places to park. Just everywhere out west is like that. Maybe not California once you get to the coast. Up until that point anyway, it's pretty easy. No problem. Yeah, Skytruck's going 55 miles an hour. Rather not hang out behind him. Chill days like this, plus no problem parking at night, plus nice, beautiful scenery. Makes this one of the best jobs ever, during these kind of trips. God, this job varies so much. On the East Coast, it's one of the worst jobs, and then out here, it's one of the best. It's pretty mixed. Fast enough to pass this guy. Faster than him uphill, but not so much the rest of the time. Mountains are off to the left now. We're not going to cross them anytime soon. The mountains are basically the border, or they're on the border. Right between us and Mexico. We'll cross over them eventually, but that'll be in maybe New Mexico. No, it's rush around me. Give me the lane back, my guy. It's all yours. I don't need it. I'm pretty sure we crossed the mountains going from New Mexico to Arizona. I think they're right there on the border. This guy is not happy that I was in the left lane. He's gonna go around me. Notifications on my tablet here now. I don't know what those are all about. Is anybody my next load to do? Tell me I'm not going to finish this one out. Somebody else is going to take it. Who knows? 2 notifications. Can't check them until I stop. Nice little desert hills coming in. How far I am from the rest area? Uh, 22 miles. El Paso County. Where I'll pull over and see what those notifications are. It's kind of a staple coming through this area. Covered so much distance across so much flat land, it's almost guaranteed I'll run into a thunderstorm at some point. I mean, seriously, almost every time I come through here, headed west, somewhere between here and California will be some kind of rainstorm or thunderstorm or whatever. I think it's just the terrain. Or the fact that I've just covered so much area, I'm just bound to run into something, I guess. It's not going to be sunny skies the whole trip. It's like in Louisiana, it was raining back there a couple days ago, I guess. And people think it doesn't rain out in the desert. That's just not true at all. There's plenty of rain in the desert. Well, I mean, I guess there's less than other areas, but that's just to say, I mean, rains all the time coming through here. Actually, pretty sure the first snow Diamond ever saw was, I don't remember what month it was. I think it was sometime early last year. I had only had her for a month or two, maybe. We were out in, I think we were in New Mexico, and it snowed like maybe 2 feet. Yeah, maybe not 2 feet. It was really like it was up to my knees basically in some spots. Although it'll vary, how much it actually was inches wise. But I got stuck at a truck stop. It was completely iced in, snowed in, out in the middle of the desert. It happens. Sad day. What's blowing me all over the place again now? Sorry for the dirty windshield. It was clean earlier. So just run into enough bugs to kill it. That's what it is. There's a nice dust storm off to the left up there. I don't think you can see it on. There's no way you're going to see that on camera. It's really far off to the left. Mostly like this for the next maybe hour or two. So maybe I'll fire the camera back up once we're in like let's call it high desert. This is basically the start of the desert, and it'll get more deserty. Don't worry. There'll be cactuses and stuff, scorpions and snakes and all that junk.